Let me get over here so I can actually read much here. Should mute, but I don't.
I will have this. I am going to be watching the chat on your channel, but I'm going to have mine muted because I don't have my work.
Okay. Fine.
I let others suffer. This posted, let me put this on. Share that with you. Going to be mad because they spent a good hour trying to figure out how to do this on my account. And I realized that I didn't have the infrastructure. So I will soon. I got to see the background and the overlays, and they look beautiful, and I'm so happy. You know, a happy bun is a rarity.
Yeah. Here.
Shit happens. Sure affects the pleasure.
Yeah.
Be prepared for me to win.
Not more than me.
I am known as a bad winner.
There you are.
San Diego. Voice. I know what I'm going to spend those points on, and I'm still going. No worries. I actually have the easiest job here, so I'm just looking at my sheet. And I very faintly hear my voice on the
yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I actually keep forgetting to like mute during this part so people hear us, but don't worry about it, it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's like listening to people whispering in the backstage.
Exactly.
How am I supposed to leave again?
It's like, no, you got there. I went last time. Oh, okay. And before that starts again. Oh crap! Somebody did something. Oh. Oh god, you're in front of the little thing. Oh no, you're in front of the little alert. Let me put it up here. Because somebody just did a thing and I can't see what it is. Let me look. Anyway, hello everyone. Hello. Welcome. Doc Dresden, hey, hello, howdy, hello. How is it going, my bud? Hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day. Just figuring my wife out. I mean, we got started on time, that's what I Anyway, hello, oh dang, I just talked forever, you.
I am loving the fact that our relative sizes is just about perfect.
I know, right? Let's see, okay.
That is right where a bun would come up.
There
Well,
you
actually,
go.
probably
Yeah.
slightly lower, but then when it gets dangerous.
Yes. Also, yes, thank you very much, Dr. Dresden, for the follow. Welcome to the organization. I'm Semi, and even though we are Mafia, we do not commit crime because we never get caught. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yes, well, hello. Hey, child. Hey there. Welcome to the stream. I have a special guest today. Bun, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I am Bishiebunny. I am a bunny maid and a toy and a servant, and usually I am at a manor for a dark lady, but she's sleeping and I snuck out. Specifically for this meeting because I am so enamored with this talented semi-enigma who is with us.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm with her. Excuse me.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry for not getting caught. Exactly, we don't get caught around here. Because if we did, that would be a crime, you know? And we don't commit crime here. That's why I'm not in jail. Ever. Shut up. Anyway.
Well, I'm often in a particular jail, but
I mean,
I don't think I get in that jail here.
yeah,
No one can catch me. They can only catch you.
exactly. Hey, Akko, hello. What am I doing? Okay, let me go ahead and get over to the other screen. Yes, I'm goofy. Let's go to my default over here. Whoop. Bah!
I was here first.
You were here
I get
first.
$5.
$5. Oh Lord. But yes, we are I can smell it. Anyway, yeah, it's going. How's it going? It's going great. Hey Pinky, let's see who guess who wasn't invited to the party yet still joined. Oh hey Renman, hello. I'm just getting my stuff up here. But yeah, I know like I don't normally stream on Sundays, but it's nice to have a little bit of like, you know, variety, you know? It's fun times. So what is the first thing we were gonna do?
Well, I could explain the idea that I came up with when I first came to you and begged for a collab or guest star or something like that.
Okay.
What we are doing is we're going to do a Monster Girl discussion. We're not actually doing a full-on tier list.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be rating Monster Girl on a couple of different little axes.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we've processed all the data, then we can release a tier list. You know, proper scientific approach.
Yeah. Hey Sammy, hello. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so it's basically just a casual talk along today. That's why it's just chatting, even though I'm doing art. This is just visuals. But like, this is just us talking because I love me some Zatsudan style. I really, really do. You know? Like, no one can stop me. So, but yeah, but that's what we're mainly doing today. It's just talking, vibing, talking to you guys, seeing what you guys are doing. Why are there so many people here? It's like it's a Sunday.
Now, as much as I do want to vibe, I do take my Monster Girl tier list very seriously. So, and also I am a natural born dungeon master, so I have to have stats. If I don't have stats, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I rolling against? So what we're going to just to sort of lay this out here, I have 20 different Monster Girls. They're kind of broad types, and we're going to rate them all individually. So you know, your rating may be different than mine, based on 3 major things.
Yes.
Fear factor, how scary they are. Compatibility, how we can actually, you know, if we can actually fit that into tab A into slot B and so on. And general appeal.
Yes.
It's just how hot we find them.
Indeed. Hey, cute Kiwi Yuna. I'm doing great. How are you? Hello. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Let's see. People are gonna just be popping up in here. But yeah, that sounds good. Excuse me. See, favorite monsters are from Shantae. Oh, I've heard of Shantae, but I've never. I mean, you guys know me. I don't play video games, but it sounds fun. So, what is the first girl on the block?
the artwork on the Shantae games is amazing.
It is.
I did want to say real quick that we're rating them A, B, C, and D. So A is like something that's really, really spectacular. B is something that's good. C is about average, and then D is something that is slightly below average. I will say this: every monster girl is sacred.
Yes.
And comes with appealing attributes. So just because we might rate something a B or a C or even a D, that doesn't mean that they are not worthy of
love.
Our love and our affection and our endless devotion.
Yes.
And various commissions, and to be devoured by them.
Yes, indeed.
In some people's cases.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I got 20 down here, and I have a 20-sided dice, and I am a TTRPG player from back in the day, so I'm just going to roll to see which one comes up first.
All right. Sounds good. So,
number 17.
You're going to have long sleeves, ma'am. See here.
This actually works really, really well based on what you're drawing.
Oh.
Because the first one I come up with is a witch.
Oh, now, seriously? Oh my god!
A witch can just be a supremely powerful magic user or an enchantress. A witch could be a full-on hag. It's just whatever it is that you envision when I say monster girl witch. Okay. So first and foremost, go ahead, and I'm always going to ask you first. How would you rate a witch fear factor?
Honestly, I can't really see them as scary at all. So fear factor, like, wait, what are the numbers again? It's between 1 and what?
It's like school things. There's no F except for. So A, B, C. So basically, a D is below average, a C is average, B is pretty good, and then an A is the best.
Honestly, D. I'm sorry, just because like the thing about like compared to like like sorcerers and stuff, like I have a harder time taking them seriously because I've seen way more good ones than bad ones, so being afraid of them just kind of doesn't work for me,
Okay. Now I will note that fear factor is a positive trait overall in the way that these things are going to be ranking, because if you can be super, super appealing and terrifying, there's something special about you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's very good. Okay. Now, compatibility.
Compatibility, though, I think they're actually pretty flexible, so I'm actually going to put that as like an A.
Full on A. All right. And then finally, the appeal.
Appeal, honestly, I put that as a B. They're pretty appealing.
Okay. All right. So, dab for the witch. DAB. Okay. In my case, fear factor for a witch. In my lore, I was actually made by an enchantress. I was handcrafted by one. An extremely powerful one who, let's say as much as a giver as I am, she was a taker. So I'm actually going to give witches a full-on B because I have
Chicky, hello.
a lot of respect for their capability to invoke change and impress their will upon the world.
I see. Yeah, no,
there are a lot of there are creatures that can tear you apart, and then there are creatures that can pull your soul out and make you look at it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So I'm going to give her a B. Compatibility, I agree with you. Full on A, because the nice thing about magic is, if something doesn't fit, we can make it fit.
Yeah.
So they have the ability to change their own shape or change the shape of their partner, so that's as compatible as you can get, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can
and
definitely
then
see that.
And then for appeal, again, I'm going to have to give this one an A because, again, this is just, back in the day, I was made by a incredibly powerful and super sexy enchantress. And that association lingers. So
You do.
if you are a magic woman, you probably have a friend in a bun and a pet and many other things.
Yes. It sounds legit. Oh, dang, she's coming out pretty good.
She is. She's absolutely adorable.
Because I'm like, I feel like drawing something. Okay. Oh, dang, my chat's having fun. What are you guys doing in here? Ooh, Hellhound Girls. Ooh. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yes, I agree with both statements.
Okay, cool. That took about, again, I'm over here. I'm the stats bro because I'm not drawing. With the stats bun. It took about 5 minutes to do.
Oh, yes.
So we've got 20 to get through, so I think this will be perfect.
Yeah, I think we're making pretty good time.
Right. So would you like me to roll again, see who we get?
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna make this a full-on art, but like, I at least want to get to like the pseudo inking.
No, absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, doodle whatever it is that you want, because otherwise I might just call this this is a stream where a talented artist just draws a whole bunch of sexy monster girls for a bun, and that would be totally unfair.
Okay, no problem.
Right. So number 18 is a Doodlahan, or a headless monster girl.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Now the original Doodlahans are, in many ways, they're basically death itself. They come with with the carriage, and if you see one, you're not going to see the next day. There's a lovely picture I saw of a Doodlahan in the mythology books, where not only was the Doodlahan headless, but so was the horse.
Ooh, I love that. That's legit right there.
That was really cool. So, fear factor for you.
Fear factor. Now I'm trying to think of this from the perspective of a human, because to me, like,
Yes. Obviously, you could, every one of these you could probably eat, but let's go on with.
But from with me going from the perspective of like a human, though, I think that the fear factor would actually be closer to like, what's the word? I think that would actually be like an A, just because like humans tend to have heads, and that would be like the first indicator that something's wrong, because you can't look into the soul because the soul's on the head and head's over there, So I think
absolutely,
definitely, like that would just be like really scary for most humans.
Absolutely, I agree with that. What about compatibility?
Now compatibility, I think that's like a B, even though the whole head thing is like probably like distracting, but beyond that, they still have like the anatomy of most humans still. So like I think that's actually pretty compatible right there.
Gotcha. Okay, so what about appeal?
Appeal. Let's see. Now that's kind of difficult, but like appeal, I think, no, like it's still solid B, because like some people might be turned off by the whole like head thing, or the fact that the head is over there, or just kind of hidden somewhere. But like after that, it's all pretty good. And so that's my final answer.
Well, I mean, you look at a Doodlahan, and the first thing you got to think to yourself is, well, she's a head turner. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, she definitely gets attention, that's for sure.
And does she give good? Never mind, I won't say that. Okay. So, a Doodlahan for me, fear factor wise, I'm going to also put this one on a B, which is a relatively high score for me when it comes to fear factor. Both because of the mythology dealing with a Doodlahan as far as dealing with death and so on. And also because, missing a head, that's something you're going to notice. That right there is an immediate, hey, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And where is it? And what could it be doing? And then my mind goes into bad places. But yeah.
Yeah.
Compatibility, I'm actually going to give them, I think it's higher than a C. Because C is average. C is where I would put like a regular interaction with a person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a B because I think they have one special trait, and that is the removable head.
Yeah.
Because I can think of things that can be done with that.
Like volleyball. Okay, no, don't do that.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna get specific because this is a say so channel. We're both extremely say so.
Indeed.
VTubers, yes.
Indeed, we are. Super Saiyan.
I'm not bouncing. Why am I not bouncing? My Fuji Tech is messed up.
Oh.
Anyway, that's on Fuji Tech, not on me. I put in the right stuff. But anyway, I do think that the detachable head opens up possibilities that actually you wouldn't get with most other people. It's one of those things where the monster girl adds compatibility.
I see. Yeah, that does make sense. And
overall appeal, I will once again give them a B. I've always had like a little soft spot for headless figures and undead in general. Death itself. I've always liked a lot. And a certain artist friend of mine, who hopefully will maybe pop in for a moment. Actually, I think they're streaming right now. Another artist friend of mine did a amazing drawing of Bishi as a Doodlahan.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was good.
Yeah,
that was great.
I really like that one. So in my case, you are ABB and I am BBB. 3 B's. B cubed.
Yee.
Yeah. And she is looking adorbs.
It's like I almost got her, but I'm like, nope. Let's see. Like, that's the thing about the fill tool, is sometimes it sucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. There we go. So that be witch.
I really do admire your gift with the line, by the way.
Like,
you're able to create a evocative image with simple lines and then create detail just very easily. I appreciate it. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't really realize how fast I am at doing stuff like this.
Yeah, okay. this would be me taking about 5 hours and it wouldn't look half as good. But
anyway.
Okay, so the next one up on the item up for I don't want to say up for bid. That would be bad. Is I have written down succubus, but any demon monster girl will count.
Yeah.
So we're talking someone who is infernal, someone who has mystical powers from the dark side, may drain your soul with a kiss, may not, horns, little pointy tail, and so on.
Yeah.
Possibly a representation of lust itself.
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, fear factor for you.
Let's see. Fear factor B. Because, like, even though you would think they'd be super terrifying, but since 9 times out of 10 they show up already hot, like, it's kind of hard to be afraid to the maximum amount when you're also like, but hot though. So that kind of removes some of their fear factor, is the fact that they're hot. Literally and figuratively.
Exactly. I mean, the whole point of them is to be temptation, and if they're if you can't be tempted by them because they're terrifying, they might not be doing their job. So that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Compatibility.
Like there's a reason that there's like half demons everywhere. They're super compatible. Like you could just go everywhere with them,
100%. No, yeah, I get that. I mean, again, this is what they are literally designed, or what they are supposedly designed to do. I don't want to take any succubus's personal choices away from them. I almost want to see an Aro or Ace succubus. That would be kind of interesting.
Oh my god, that would be interesting. That they basically just kind of like drain your, instead of like wanting sex, they want like just general affection or something. Oh dang, 5-minute duel. Okay.
Yeah, like just straight up companionship.
Yeah. Okay, Aqua, what would you like for your 5-minute doodle, by the way? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, Aqua, what would you like for your 5-minute doodle? I was just like 2 people just vibing in chat. Oh my god. I don't even know what they're talking about. Oh lord. Yeah, you guys lost me. Still love you. Just a tease, Maddie, draw plush Maddie as a farmer in Buko's court. Okay, that's gonna be cute. Okay, but yeah, going ahead.
Okay. So, and finally, appeal.
Appeal A, like super A, because I'm like, they're kind of in a sense designed, born or whatever to be like desirable. So like, if they're not, like, they're doing something wrong. So like, just straight up A for like demons.
The thing is about the succubus is that, like, literally they're sort of monster girl prime.
Yeah.
They're straight up, their whole point is often to do this, unless of course, like we were talking about, a comfy succubus might be kind of interesting, where they just sort of like hang out and watch anime and play board games with you.
Yeah. Pretty much like
the conversation.
That would actually be interesting to see, is like just a non-sexual succubus, where it's kind of like, because I did see a story where they like lamented the fact that they drain you whenever there's the sexual, but like actually having one that just kind of like isn't like that at all would actually be really interesting.
Yeah, there's an anime that has a bunch of monster girls that has a succubus teacher.
Oh.
And she basically she wears like sweatpants. She tries to be as non-appealing as possible because once it starts, she can't really stop it.
Ah, I see. Oh yeah, that must be hard for her.
Yeah, especially if she's actively attracted to someone, which in the anime she is. So that's,
Oh no.
There's a lot of time where she spends getting drunk and going ah.
Poor teacher.
All right. So for me on this, and we might be going a little faster. Well, we still have a little bit of time. Fear factor, I agree. Again, because as a bun, I know of what they are capable of, and I know what their purpose is. But also as a bun, that's exactly what I look for. So
yeah.
I'm going to charge straight into the path of most temptation.
There you go.
Compatibility, I agree, 100%. They're basically designed so that they can not only fulfill your fantasy, but like your specific interest. So
yeah,
they are 100% good to go when it comes to that. And
yeah,
the appeal, I'm gonna give them a B. They do have a very strong appeal with me, but I don't want to give too many A's because if I were to just truthfully, if I was doing this 100%, they'd all be A's. Come on.
I mean, I get you, yeah.
But so more than average, but not the tippity top.
Yeah.
Okay, so
corn.
You got a ba and I got a bab.
Bab.
Yeah, that means absolutely nothing, but I found it funny.
It's beautiful. I love it. Let's see. I need a black.
Number 2. Okay. This one we might have a little bit of back and forth on.
Ooh.
A zombie girl. Now this is they have enough brains in this case. We'll go ahead and say to have a conversation and have a relationship.
Okay.
But they are in fact a slow-moving, decaying, wants to eat brains kind of individual. So and quite frankly, in the VTuber world, there are some truly adorable and attractive zombies. So let's not count them out.
Yeah.
All right. So fear factor.
Oh, that's a little. I want to. Honestly, I'd say C, like kind of average, just because like, if the zombies like together enough, to at least be able to communicate and point out a latte or whatever, then honestly, I can't really see them as being too fearful because like, not only that, but like a lot of zombies I found that are at that stage are actually just cuter than terrifying, where I'm just like, oh my god, you're so adorable, and like, I don't know, I couldn't really, I myself couldn't really be afraid when I also don't, and like from what I've seen with most humans, if they don't make you immediately want to beat the crap out of them, they're just cute.
So your fear factor rating is a C? Or
yeah, it's a C. Like, you can still be afraid of them, but it's definitely not very strong because there's not that instant murder factor,
Yeah, so it's not like actual fear of them themselves, but more of the fact that, body horror and you might find somebody's foot in the bathtub and now you have to have an awkward conversation later.
Exactly. So it's basically like that. So I'm like, yeah, no, they're fine.
Okay, so compatibility.
Compatibility, B. Like, it's basically fine for the most part, but like, stuff is gonna fall off, so you gotta be careful.
Okay. And then finally, basic appeal.
Basic appeal, honestly, I'd say actually B, because everything's fine, but we also have to worry about the smell. Some people are into that smell, hence why it's not worse, But there's basically that where I'm just like, no. Oh, here's your 5-minute duel. Hooray.
Okay, very good. Now, for me, fear factor,
hey,
I'm
Granny,
actually going to do one better and
Welcome.
put it straight up D.
D.
I have this theory about zombies in general. Everything that is dangerous about a human is taken away from a zombie.
Oh, I see.
So when people are talking about, how would you survive the zombie apocalypse? I'd wait 2 weeks till they all fell apart and then go outside, and enjoy my life. Yeah,
you got a point there, because like, I know a lot of zombie movies, I guess, put their zombies in the freezer or something, but no. They fall apart pretty easily.
The environment would mess with them. Falling down a cliff would mess with them. Little incidents would mess with them. Animals would just go free meal. You know, finally we get to eat these people.
Yeah.
So
actually, how are the zombies not being attacked by like buzzards on the regular?
I think people like hand wave away the idea that, you know, they think something's wrong with it. But yeah, a pile of buzzards would just take out the average zombie horde. So a D for fear factor.
Yes.
Compatibility, I'm also going to put as a C because, you know, things fall off, and it's not just that things are falling off, it's that it's going to be an awkward conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm really sorry about this. Appeal, however, I'm going to give them a B, and I will tell you why.
A B.
I've always kind of liked the idea of bitey love, and I have a certain amount of sympathy for
welcome to the stream.
Zombies. Like I mean, if I imagine a partner or something like that, or a girlfriend who became a zombie and then she came back to me later on to try and find out, you know, if we could still hook up, and I was already dating like a living girl, how bad would I feel for her?
Yes.
And it just makes me feel bad. So
yeah, no,
so they get a B. They get a
B.
B. They're cute. They're cute, and I want them to have a better life.
Yeah, definitely. Also, thank you very much, Sheeshman, for the follow. Welcome to the organization. And even though we're a mafia, we do not commit crime because we do not get caught. I'm Semi, your boss. Nice to meet you. Going on. Ooh, I have an idea for this. This is going to be sport. You're going to be sporty.
Okay. Somewhat similar to the zombie, but can also be the other types, is a golem or monster girl, as in like the Frankenstein's monster girl. As in a reanimated individual, someone who is basically put together, stitched together, and given life and can be controlled.
Yes, I see.
But is also fearsomely strong. Unlike the zombie, these things can actually like wreck shop, like, you know, pick up cars and so on. You know.
Yeah.
No one thinks Frankie is a pushover.
Yeah.
And then also there's the mythological golems, such as the clay golems, you know, from the Kabbalah and so on. So
yeah.
So there you go. So fear factor for if you were to see a Frankenstein's monster lumbering towards you, bolts in its neck. Or a living statue, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah. Honestly, fear factor, I think like a B, just because it's kind of like, you know, zombies are one thing, but these guys are like, you know, or girls in this case, like, they're definitely well put together. They're faster, they're stronger, they're smarter. So it's like, but they're still cute. So there you go. Oh, hi Rabbit. Hello. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I totally imagine it would kind of be like that, where like they're not super afraid, but it's not like mediocre either. It's just kind of because they also, a lot of these golem types basically look starkly different from humans, so that's like it's a bigger indicator, you know. And they also didn't quite start off as human either, you know. So that's why I'm like, no, fear factor definitely a B.
Right, there is an alien intelligence to them, which I think is something that you're really tapping into there.
Exactly.
Compatibility.
Now compatibility though, for that, I think that like C, it's kind of hit or miss, honestly, depending on their origin, you know.
Right.
Oh, hi Z.
Right, they might not even have the part.
Exactly, they might not even have the part, you know, but like they could still be pretty like close though, depending. So I think that for that, it would basically be what did I say? C.
Yeah, you're giving them a 50-50 chance of
it's a 50-50 chance, you know, of whether or not they'll actually be there. How do I want this to look? What the? Oh wait. Oh. Sorry.
I do like what you got going on right now.
Yeah, just like I said, I wasn't gonna volleyball her, but here we are.
In that same anime that I talked to you about, there is in fact a Doodling, and she's a bit of a if I remember correctly, I think she's a kind of a jock.
Huh.
So it works.
That is so cute.
Okay, finally appeal for the golem.
Appeal. Honestly, I think appeal wise, it's actually I think they'd be pretty appealing, honestly. So A. I'm gonna say A for pretty appealing, because like very
interesting.
Yeah, because even though you might not be fully compatible, but I personally think that when most people see them, they're like, oh my god, she's so hot. Even if she like and even if she might potentially like crush me, it'll be fine. So
everything will work out in the end.
Exactly, everything will work out. Everything will be fine. So that's totally how I think it'll go.
Very cool. Very cool. I am with you with the fear factor being a B, because you don't actually know what's on their mind, and also they might not have access to their own actions.
Yes.
They may very well being directed by someone else, so there's no telling whether or not, they can, that they can even interact with you one way or the other.
Exactly.
Compatibility, I'm right there with you. A C, it's a 50-50 shot on whether or not anything's going to work.
Yeah.
Appeal, I'm going to give them a B because they're very close to robots, which actually I have on this list as robot girls. And I have that same sort of... to be perfectly honest, you could look at my bunny self as a golem.
Yeah.
As I am a created being, a created toy. So I have a certain,
Yeah, that almost, sorry, my drawing almost went really wrong really quickly. Like, I accidentally had her butt out to there.
You know what? Whatever works. It's not my channel. I'm not going to get banned.
It was a slip and it's like, warp. I'm like, oh no. Yes, Kippy, I added extra butt.
Okay, let's see what we got next.
Rabbit, we're talking about monster girls and ranking them, kind of, and I'm just drawing them as we go along. I don't have to, but I just think it's fun at this point, because I've never done this before.
Okay, there may even be some contention on whether or not these qualify as monster girls, but they were in many ways the first monster girls, because these are some of the things that were sort of our primordial fear. Before people feared abduction by aliens, they feared abduction by fae and fairy.
Oh.
You would go out into the forest and disappear and never come back, or they would play tricks on you, or they would come and replace your baby with a changeling. So, there are all kinds of happy little Grimm's fairy tales where, they made shoes for you, and then there are not so happy fairy tales, and a lot of those are in a different section of the library. So, we are talking fairy monster girls. We're talking, pixie wings. We're talking tricksters. They may be, they're probably going to be small. Somewhere, anywhere between, they could be like Tinkerbell size, or they could be, more 2-3 feet tall, depending, and so on.
Yeah.
So thinking about Tinkerbell, but remembering the actual Tinkerbell from the story, because she was actually kind of a little bit of a nightmare creature.
Yeah.
Because the idea in the story was that she was so small she could only hold one emotion at a time.
Yeah.
So if she was angry, she was all the angry.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of like a Yandere.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, a Yandere with wings.
Oh god, that just sounds great. Just imagine her with a tiny knife.
Going for your eyes.
Yes.
So what's the fear factor of a trickster fae?
I'm gonna be 100%. I'm gonna say D. Like I want to say they're scarier, but honestly, just kind of looking at the popular culture, unless you raised up with the caution, most people just don't. Most people do not have that fear of any type of fairy or fae, even though they should just be, and they also just don't really have that reputation anymore.
Right.
And then the other thing that's kind of working against them is that, especially if it's like a pixie or a fairy or something, they're tiny. They're tiny, so it's our first instinct when we see something small is, I'm not gonna be afraid of that, come on now. Especially if it doesn't look like a bug or nothing,
Exactly, and I do think that we would, in fact, especially in the modern era, we would underestimate them. We've sort of lost that primordial fear, even though a lot of our superstitions are based on fae, we just don't realize it, like throwing salt over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Is supposed to stop a fairy from coming up behind you. I am reminded of an episode of Supernatural.
Yes.
where I don't know if you ever saw the episode where a Fae knocked on Dean's door, and then he has this prolonged battle with a fairy inside of his motel room, where they're playing Major Tom the whole way through.
Oh god. That is beautiful. Oh my god, I love that.
In the end, he traps her in a microwave. It's actually quite horrifying.
Oh god.
Okay. All right, compatibility.
Compatibility, I'm sorry, that's also like a D. Because like a lot of the times, unless they like do something bad, they're gonna be super friggin' tiny, you know? Like super, like, I'm like, and I know that there's that weird part of the internet that's into that, but no. Like, it would just be really weird and wrong. So I honestly think compatibility is just like even like, you know, just emotionally, like, you just have one argument and they turn you into a freaking like piece of buckwheat or whatever. So like either way it's just gonna end badly.
Well, that brings us to appeal.
Because a lot of people still like the like look of them, so I'm gonna say like a C, because like it's just that you can't really go anywhere extra other than just looking at them and trapping them in non-weird jars. But like other than that, yeah, I think it's basically just kind of a C, because you can't really do much, and but they're still dangerous, so they can still mess you up somehow.
Yeah. No, I get that 100%.
Yeah, so
okay,
that's my
so
answers.
for me, fear factor, I am going to go ahead and give them a B, just because I am aware of the history and more of like the Seelie and the Unseelie court. I have some sort of idea of how bad it can get, and it can get very, very bad. And there's something about somebody who wants to cause you harm that is so small that you might not see them. That's like bad, you know? Like the places where you might find them are places you do not want to find something who might have human level of strength for where they are at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I could understand.
Compatibility, I'm going to give them a C. Just because they've got magic to mess around with things. And also I might have a little bit of a size play thing, so who knows about that. I'm not going to get too into that. Appeal, I'm also going to give them a C. I do like Fae in general, but I like them more from a fantasy sort of thing.
Yeah.
And more as a companion. And I think, honestly, that would be a problem if we had a relationship, because I think I would sort of treat them more like a little sister kind of type.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, and if they were pining for me, that would be like the worst thing for them.
Yeah.
So, all right. We got to care for these monsters.
Exactly. We must care for them.
Show them the way. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This actually turned out pretty cool.
All right. Yeah. No. I like this one a lot. Especially if you give her like the little flame from the head that are on some of those. That would be really cool. So this one's interesting. A dragon monster girl.
What? Nani? Okay, I have the. Don't worry, I definitely, have the answer for this. Basically, the answer to everything is A.
Okay, so you're going to. Fear factor is A because dragons are powerful, I assume.
Yes.
Compatibility is A because dragon.
Yes.
And appeal is A because dragon.
Yes. Plus,
So
dragons can
AAA.
also like shapeshift and stuff, so it's like you don't have to worry about it. You know. So...
Absolutely. Now I am in a bit of a pickle here because I am a bun standing next to someone who might take offense based on some of the things that I say.
Yep. Just agree with me. You should just agree with me.
I have to adhere to the scientific process. So, fear factor, I'm actually going to give them a B.
What?
I do find them incredibly powerful and all of that, but I have spent a lifetime playing TTRPGs, and I know certain things about dragons.
I mean, yeah.
So,
Oh my God, this game.
it's like a lot of what I'm dealing with a dragon is a known factor. and the more you know something, the less, you know, it's immediate. Like I would respect a dragon.
Yeah.
My respect for a dragon would be at an A, but my active fear is just at a B.
Yeah.
Compatibility. It depends on how dragon the dragon is and whether or not they actually have a shapeshifting thing.
Yeah.
Because of that, I'm going to give them a B. Like, again, I am into science play. So there are a lot of things that I would quite frankly enjoy with a dragon. On the other hand, though, there may be spikes in places that I'm not prepared for.
Yeah, that actually, though. That is a bit of a thing.
Yeah. Appeal, I will give an A.
Yeah.
I do, in fact, love me a dragon, and a dragon girl especially.
Yes.
100%.
Glorious. Let's see. Okay, she actually came out really good. I'm kind of upset. Oh my god, this looks so good.
I'm glad.
I'm like,
okay.
Who are you?
We have gone from one thing that might apply to something else. By rolling the natural 20, we have the monster girl of a Eldritch Nightmare. This is a creature from beyond the void, a creature of chaos, a creature of shadow, a creature who the very sight of which might drive you mad, a Lovecraftian beast that just wants you to notice them, senpai.
Yeah.
So, fear factor.
I would actually say that they get A for fear factor just because of the sheer amount of terror that they can incite. Not only that, but like with there being like, you know, like eldritch and all that, like their sense of what they think is cute may also be different, you know?
Right. They very well may have an alien, just an absolutely alien mindset.
Exactly.
It might think what they're doing is flirting, but actually that's your leg and they're eating it.
Exactly. I believe me, I run into this problem quite a bit. So, so yeah, I think they are like maximum scary, just because they also have that extra layer of misunderstanding from the other realms, you know? Yep.
100%.
It was a.
I should have also mentioned that Eldritch Nightmares, of course, have, you know, could very well have extra tentacles, extra eyes, extra mouths, and so on. And with that notation, compatibility.
Now compatibility, like, I think like a B, because like, just because, like, I feel like it would be like less, but I'm like, no, like, because they have infinite possibilities, you know, and you technically don't need that much to have a physical relationship or an emotional relationship. So it'll be fine. Not only that, but they can also generate extra things if you want them to. Yes.
That is always a fun and good time.
KP, don't look at me.
Okay.
He's like, I'm like, look here now.
Look, we're answering the tough questions. It's going to take some time. And there's going to be disagreements.
Not sus. How dare you?
Okay, we're going to add a good clip. Appeal.
Appeal, I think appeal is gonna be, I'm sorry, it's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I think it's like D, just because they're like, not to say that they're never attractive, but like, there's like, they're a little bit, it's like, the people who want them are gonna go for it, but that's a very small percentage, you know?
I get you.
Because they'll just be kind of, if anything, they'll be kind of blocked by like the scare-oused, you know?
Yeah, 100%. No, I am a bun who is made up of half anxieties and half scarazzle, so I get it.
Exactly. So I feel like, you know, that they deserve better, but yeah, no, like there's definitely like the appeal is like the niche will love them, but everyone else will run away.
100%. Okay, gotcha. All right, for me, fear factor is A for the exact same reasons that you listed. B, having an alien mindset, you don't know what it is that they consider. You don't even know if, when you're communicating to them, if you're on the same plane, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about breakfast, you know, and they're talking about devouring a star.
Yeah.
And we're not quite, catching up, together, and that unknowing and never being able to know and never being able to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
And also, I mean, it's basically sheer madness, given form.
Yeah.
So you don't. I mean, there comes a point in time where it's like, are you talking to a cute monster girl eldritch being, or have you just stared so long into the abyss that it's staring back?
Exactly. And look, I've actually, I know, my dad's one where he ended up having a hilarious moment with a eldritch being, but he also didn't remember most of it, so so there's that, because his mind is just we cannot process, we're gonna forget.
One big hangover.
Exactly.
As far as compatibility, even though they have the ability to shapeshift and could be multiple things, I don't think that they would know to maintain it.
Yeah.
So what was a nice, comforting spot a minute ago suddenly is all knives.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give them a D on that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they would do it we're assuming that all these monster girls are into you and that this is an enthusiastic, consenting relationship of some sort. And I don't think that they thought to hurt you.
Yeah.
And in fact, maybe they just don't know that your screaming isn't laughter.
Exactly.
They don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Yes, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Anyway.
And then for appeal, I'm going to give them a big old B because I am fully into the scarousal. And this is cheating because I'm a bun, and I was in fact given the ability to reset every single morning. So it doesn't matter if they tear me apart. As long as they're happy and they do it out of joy.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge?
Yeah. Just trying to figure this out here.
Kippy, they would in fact count, but they're not on this list. I did think about them, but I wanted to have a nice 20.
Yeah.
And these are just the ones that came up there. But yeah, you could definitely consider a certain level of feral Neko to be a monster girl.
Yeah.
I have seen monster girl lists where they're basically just listing furries, and I don't necessarily sure if I agree with that.
Well, the other thing is most of the time Nekos actually fall under yokai most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's the wait, she would have messier hair because she's a zombie. But but that's kind of my thing, is that she would basically, it's since they would be closer to yokai, there's a completely different factor there. Actually, this might end up being a Frankenstein.
Peculiar little rabbit. I've come up with my own list, and when we're all done with this a little later on, I will have compiled things and I'll post our results.
Actually, I'm gonna make this a Frankenstein instead.
Cool, very cool. The list I'm referring to, where they actually list Squirrel Girls as a monster girl, is from the tier list maker. And they just have a list of just generic monster girls. They also have a list that is the Encyclopedia Monster Girls, which is cool, but it's so they're very, very specific with that. So I want to go a little more general for this one. Okay. I'm glad, and yeah, being the sort of bun that I am, I feel you. That's why, as opposed to just tiering them based on how we like them, I have this whole stat system, which makes me look a little insane, but it's the sort of bun I am.
Yeah, still pretty good though.
I need numbers. Am I?
Yeah, you're a good bun.
Gasp. Gasp and squeak. Okay. Here we go. Slime girls.
Oh no.
Slime girls. Girls. Girls of slime, girls of tentacles, girls of amorphous. Could be a gelatinous cube-like. Could be, your typical slime.
I know I'm supposed to pay attention to kind of like how humans would be, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to break character and talk as myself for a minute. So
I gotcha.
I think the what was the first category?
Fear factor.
Fear factor is a D. I can't be afraid of them at all, just because they're too delicious. So it's a little hard for me,
Gotcha.
It's
no, there's been there's been several of these that I've judged based purely on a bun. So you can judge them however you want to.
Yeah, so for me, I'm just like, no, I can't. I get to. It's like trying to tell somebody to be afraid of a hamburger. You know, it's just kind of hidden, sitting there, just freshly cooked and just minding its own business, being delicious. I can't. You know.
I absolutely get it, though. I have seen some horrifying hamburgers.
Oh yeah, indeed.
The hamburgers at Sonic, for instance.
Oh God.
They always taste plastic. I don't know what it is. I think it's the wrapper.
Yeah, maybe
Something
it's like leaching.
that.
Maybe it's leaching something from the wrapper.
Yeah, it just doesn't. The only thing that when I go to Sonic, I have to get like either like the footlong hot dog because fun, or just get a shake and then go somewhere else to get the burger.
Yeah.
All right. So compatibility, Slime Girl.
Compatibility is an A because they can turn into anything and be any type of meal. So yes, they're super duper compatible.
Super compatible. Hit all the itches.
Yes. In my stomach. Appeal. I'm gonna have to break character again and be like S tier because I know it doesn't exist, but I'm just saying it does now. Because their appeal is just so great because they are just so delicious. So yes, they have the best.
I tell you what, when we are done with this entire list, if we have a little bit of time over, I'll read the list again, and if you want to put an A+ on anybody,
yes,
for the S tier, we can do that.
Sweet.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
Now that it's the bun's now that it's quantified, it works.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just having way too much fun drawing these pictures. I've never even thought to draw these before.
I'm glad. Slime Girl for me, fear factor. I'm gonna put a C. I don't have an actual fear response to a Slime Girl, possibly because of what will happen when we get to the appeal. But it's even if a Slime Girl was after me to harm me, I'd probably be pretty stoked.
I mean, but she would just suffocate you. But what if you're into that?
I mean, it's the ultimate hug. It's from the inside.
The ultimate hug. I love it. Oh god.
Okay. Compatibility, you are 100% correct. A all the way, 100%. They can be there in every possible way and in ways that many other creatures cannot be.
Indeed.
And I'm gonna give them the A for the appeal. I have always loved Slime Girls.
Yes.
In general, and as I've always liked slimes in media. One of my favorite D&D monsters is the gelatinous cube.
Oh my god, I love that thing. To me, I actually unironically really do like that monster. I unironically love the gelatinous cube. I just love what it is and how it is just moving around destroying your day.
I had a wonderful event when I was a young bun playing D&D with some friends, and they realized that a gelatinous cube was coming towards them, and it was a full-on 10x10 cube filling up the hallway. So they were going to have to retreat, but the wizard had a robe of useful items, and he had himself an idea.
Ooh.
He had one of his patches, which was a 10x10 pit. He was like, the gelatinous cube will fit perfectly in this pit. We'll not be able to get out. We'll just climb over it. No problems. So he goes to throw the pit down. And just for the heck of it, I said, well, go ahead and roll a dice just, to see how well you do this little tossing thing, see how far away it is. And he rolls a natural 1.
Ooh.
And I'm feeling kind of a certain way as a DM. So he drops the pit underneath him.
Ooh.
He falls into the pit just in time for the gelatinous cube to blorp,
Ooh.
perfectly into the square.
Ooh. No. Oh no. Oh god. That's so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, if I was in that campaign, I would just be like, oh my god, this is so horrible, but so great. Oh my god. I imagine he was not happy.
Well, actually, here's the funny thing. We were, at the time, playing at the school lunchroom. We had commandeered the teacher's table because they were afraid of us because they thought we were devil worshippers with magical powers.
As you do.
Yeah. So he screams in the middle of lunch.
Mm-hmm.
He screams GD, hits the rule book in front of him, and all the dice are in front of that rule book, and the dice go scattering throughout the entire lunchroom. And you could hear a pin drop because everybody stopped talking the moment he screamed, GD, and then you just hear the sound of like 30 dice.
Oh
and
my
like
God.
5 of us all just do that slow turn and look at him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and he goes and he picks up every single dice.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Wait, she would be on top no matter what every day. Oh my God. Could be being special than the audience. But anyway.
But yes, I love slime girls 100%. They will always get a special place in a bun's heart. So
They're beautiful.
let's see what we got.
Hi, Spice and Spirit out.
Beautiful.
Let's see.
Okay. This might have some controversy depending.
Oh no.
All right. Let's see where we are time-wise. Another hour. We have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow, it's been an hour already. Good Lord.
Well, time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, harpy. We are talking. It can be a regular harpy. It can be a full-on fury if you prefer. If you want to go mythologically, which basically what we are talking about is a monster girl who is part bird with talons, capable of ripping you apart or making you a meal, but also capable of clutching you and flying you up somewhere for a romantic getaway.
Romantic. I don't know, because unfortunately, I've only seen like 2 not harpies that can easily come to mind, and one of them was like from The Last Unicorn. It looked so freaking bizarre. I'm just like, that movie hasn't scarred me so much as it set weird expectations for me. But
That's a good movie.
It's a very good movie. I love it. Even the horrible singing in it. Oh, God, there was some bad singing. But anyway, but I think Fear Factor. I give them a B because they also have a tendency to put their tits out. Therefore, it's kind of hard to be scared when you're like, hi, there be boob.
So what's interesting to me is that you're saying that otherwise they'd be a full-on A. So the bird-like, raptor-like, there's an actual fear there.
Yes, there is a fear for everything, but then the boob just literally just throws it off.
Wait. No, go ahead.
Oh no, so at least that's literally how I see it. It's just everything's fine till you get the boob out, and then you're just like, no, but there's boob though. And I can't be scared.
But it's hard not to think, when a bird goes after you, what's the first thing that they're going to do? They're going to get your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Compatibility.
Compatibility, though. Honestly, from what I know about most harpies, is that the most important parts are still intact somehow. So it's pretty good. So I give them another B. Because they almost always have the lady bits.
Okay.
So what am I?
B there.
Yep.
Bubba. And then appeal.
Appeal. I'm gonna say C, because even though they do be having the tits out, sometimes the whole, it depends on what the rest of them is doing, because we do love ourselves some boobs, but depending on how much of the lady part is intact though, that kind of will throw stuff off a little bit. So yeah, it's kind of hit or miss depending. And some people might be into the weird bird part. We don't know.
Okay. For me, Fear Factor, I'm going to go ahead and put it also at a B, specifically because of the way the way birds act.
Mm-hmm.
Birds have again, we've talked about sort of the alien mindset. They always have that predatory instinct.
Yeah.
And that I don't quite know what they're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And there's is she going in for a kiss or is she going in for my intestines?
Yeah.
She's a little too close to my eyes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
so
time for a pecking.
yeah, it's hard for me to relate a little bit, I think, on compatibility. I'm going to give a C. One, because they do have lady bits, but it, depending on the artist, a lot of times they're almost like a mermaid in that the bottom part is in fact bird-like.
I see. Makes sense.
And some birds have some very interesting biology.
What if she's like the duck?
Yes, what if she's like a duck? Exactly.
Oh, God.
Exactly. I'm not going to be able to corkscrew my way in. So, and there's another factor. I'm not going to get too specific here. And this will also give you an idea of what my appeal factor rating on them is going to be. I won't be too specific here. But I, as a bun, have a particular interest. Those people who've been on my Twitter probably have some idea of what my interest is. And it specifically deals with certain sensual satins that are laced around certain parts of, certain people's anatomy.
I see.
That certain people wear and are super sexy. And a harpy can't wear them.
Good point.
A harpy would rip right through them.
Yeah, even if they do have the lady bits, they're characteristically always have the bird legs. They gotta have the bird legs.
100%. I have never seen a harpy drawn that did not have the full-on talons down there.
Yes.
And that is ruining a little bit of a bun's fun. I am afraid.
Yep. I could definitely see that.
So honestly, no offense to any harpies in the audience, and if you are in fact a harpy, I am sure that I would probably overlook all of this because our relationship would be amazing and you'd be the sweetest and I wouldn't even care. But in general, I'm gonna have to give you a D.
Indeed.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Anyway.
You just got
what? Oh shit! Oh, hi!
See it any second now.
Oh, hey Zaratar, hello! Welcome Raiders, thank you very much for the raid. Hello, how you doing? Oh, did all my frames drop again? Oh god. Oh no. No, I think it's still going. Okay, it says I'm moving over there. Yay! Him raid, hello! I was so freaking worried. I'm like, not again. No. Oh boy.
Well, at least you get to bounce. I'm not bouncing at all.
Yeah, I think it's just a Fujitech thing. But hello, welcome. We're drawing Monster Girls, or I'm drawing Monster Girls. We got the equivalent of a Frankenstein's monster here. We got ourselves a Doodling right here, and then we have a witch here. Yes, Monster Girls for the win. So I just got done with I was attempting to do a zombie, but this came out way better like this.
I absolutely love her. I adore every bit of her.
I'm just like, okay, this looks like I still need to do a zombie girl though. But
she is a golem that will turn my B into an A.
Like I'm just like, oh my god, she looks so freaking cute. I cannot. It's so adorable. Like I don't know. Like even though it might seem a little bit morbid, but I like the idea of like her being like a nurse and her just stitching up her own hand, but she still wears the glove.
Absolutely. No, 100%. It's a very cool design and a very cool idea. I love it.
Like that one.
I love it. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. I know. I have to be the spoil sport because I'm the one's like, okay, I gotta watch the time and all this because you're busy drawing and I don't want to ruin. Don't want to get in the way of your skis, your style and ease.
Yep. Oh, wrong one. There we go. It's like, which one is it? There we go. Anyway.
The difference in this case, yes, it is technically a zombie, but the thing about a zombie is we assumed a zombie having their own personality, while Frankenstein's monster had a new personality, was almost a newborn.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Like usually, at least the way I see it is that like golems and Frankenstein's monsters basically they're basically a brand new thing, while like zombies are kind of like the result of stuff dying. These are basically just kind of being repurposed into something new, if that makes sense.
And also, all of these are going to be back and forth on the spectrum and all of that. So
exactly.
just whatever hits your mind when I say this.
Mhm.
Speaking of, our next monster girl, some people might say is not a monster at all. That it is simply an ancestry and they deserve all the love. And I might agree with them, but it is something that I wrote down. Because mythologically, much like the Fae, they have been considered monsters. And a lot of times when people weren't blaming fairy folk for doing this, they would blame these instead. So what we are talking about here are goblins.
Goblins? Oh no, not goblins.
Goblins, gobos.
Gobos.
The various bugbears and we're in orcs and so on, hobgoblins, and you can toss in a kobold if you like and enjoy candles. However you want to do that. So goblins. So we're talking in general, a sort of a chaotic race. I did specifically put goblins, so probably on the shorter side, but then again, maybe short stacked. However you want to look at it. Fear factor.
Fear factor. Fear factor. Well, even from a human standpoint, they just seem a little. See, like, they're not like completely not scary, but definitely see, because people would be afraid of short people, so yeah, see.
Okay, I got you. By the way, and just call me Aqua. Kobolds, it depends on the mythology. The original were actually like mining spirits. That's where they got the attachment to candles and so on. So it depends on where your kobolds come from. Kobolds are actually, they're not like a full-on D&D creation. They are something that was borrowed.
Yeah.
Okay, so compatibility.
Compatibility. It's so small. I think there's like C. It's like hit or miss depending on, what's going on. Because not to mention like the social stigma of being with something who is, if you're not paying attention, looks like a little green child. So
Oh, well, okay, so there is some danger there. I get you.
Yep.
And you are in fact, what, 8 feet tall?
Yeah.
That might very well cause problems.
It'd be like dating a basketball. It'd be very awkward for me. She would have to climb up me every single time.
All right, appeal.
Appeal, like, honestly, I think like B, like there is above average because some goblins can be super cute, and the only things that kind of get in the way is if they have bad teeth or, if they stab you. But like, for the most part, goblins can be really adorable.
I got you. All right, 100%. And yes, orcs do tend to be tall, but again, it depends on the mythology. Because if you look in the mythology, say from Lord of the Rings, where the term came from, that was just a word for a bigger goblin. Like it was still very much a goblin. So, and I don't think even they were human man size. I think you had to wait for like Urukai and so on. But anyway, for me, fear factor, unless a goblin is coming to me full on Yandari. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give them a C, which is an average fear factor.
Yeah.
In that they can be as scary or not scary as a person, basically.
Yeah.
It depends on their personality. Depends on I think that they are a little bit more chaotic and are more apt to sort of act out. Let us say.
Yeah.
But then you got the height thing going on and so on.
Yeah.
Compatibility. I'm not 8 feet tall.
Oh my god, Aqua. Hey, I just fell. Hello. But yeah, I'm just like, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
But yeah, I'm not 8 feet tall, and when I picture a goblin, I do picture a goblin that is 100% compatible, and is a short stack. I picture sort of a Midna kind of. And there's so many amazing goblin VTubers on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
And artists who just draw some of the sexiest characters I've ever seen. And you're just kind of like, in my mind, I imagine this sort of almost a Gyaru goblin short stack, you know, but maybe she's a bit of a cougar. She's a little older, and you know, just whatever will fly, and she's good for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a B on that.
Poor woman.
And this is another one of those where it's a personal choice. I love me some goblins. I truly do. I love the idea. I love the fact that you're probably not going to have a goblin girlfriend. You're probably going to have like a little hut of them, about 4 or 5.
Yeah, probably.
That you're supposed to have to satisfy, that you will not.
Yeah.
But, you know, basically, your social calendar it is booked for a while. So I will full on give them an A.
Yeah.
CBA. All right.
I don't even know what I'm doing here. This is great.
Okay, so right after that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. We are dealing with. We're going to use the term, but this term is again, it's a blanket term of Naga. So we are talking about serpent ladies. So depending on your mythology, that could be all kinds of different. There's so many different snake women, snake monster girls out there that it could possibly be.
Yeah.
They could have.
Oh, thank you, Astrophil.
Just.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Thank you very much, Astrophil, for the care package. I'm stretching. I gave my posture check, as well as I gotta hydrate. Also, Kippy, what do you want for your 5-minute? Oh, one of the twins wearing the Winnie the Pooh mask. Oh God. Okay. Yes. Continue. Okay, no.
I you know what, if I had done one of the goblin thing, not the goblin, the doodle, I would want the one where the Pooh Bear is trying to get through the bars.
Oh my God, yes.
It's like, oh bother, I'm stuck, step her off.
Also,
anyway.
And also don't forget, you hydrate as well, okay?
Oh, yeah, I got some water. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yes, you hydrate.
And honestly, as I've said before in other streams, if it wasn't for B-tubing, I probably would have not even touched the stuff for a while.
Oh my God.
Full on soda drink. The closest would be iced tea.
Oh no.
You know, it counts. It's got water in it.
Yeah, theoretically.
Bunch of sugar and caffeine, but you know.
Yeah.
Let's see, where were we? So yeah, snake girls. It can be a character who has just like a snake tail. It could be a character who lower torso is entirely snake. It could even be the Japanese style, where it's like just a head and a full-on snake. But whatever the case, we're talking monster girls that are snakes.
Yes.
One way or the other.
Yes.
Fear factor.
D. I can't, because I just think of M and I cannot see M as scary.
I fear no snake.
Exactly. They're just adorable.
You're not Indiana Jones.
Exactly.
Snakes. It's cool that it's snakes. Compatibility.
No, that makes things difficult because a lot of times they have the snake bits, you know.
Yep.
A lot of times they got the snake bits, and I mean, I think it's like hit in a pocket or something. You know? So I'm just like, I mean, I guess, but, I think compatibility-wise, it's like, I'm actually gonna say a D, just because, like, you have to look for it, you know, and sometimes you might not even find it, you don't even know where it is, you know?
All right. So right now we got a double D snake, that makes sense. Appeal.
Now appeal though, I actually think that is like I actually do think that is just because, like, despite the fact that, like, there's that incompatibility, there's something very fascinating about a snake lady, especially because I also do see a lot of people love the idea of seeing these snakes as well. So that's why I'm just like, no, I think it actually is, like, very appealing. You know, I don't know, this, like, and I think maybe the fact that there is that incompatibility kind of adds to the allure, you know? Like, that's my personal opinion, though. But yes, that is my final answer.
I like it.
What is this?
What is what?
Sorry, this doodle is killing me. It's killing me.
That's a lovely expression. You know what that expression reminds me of?
Mhm.
I've been playing Persona 5,
Mm-hmm.
and it reminds me of the guy whose house you're living in, the one who's running the coffee shop.
Oh my god, no.
It doesn't matter what he's talking about. He always just has the swarmiest expression, like, like he just did a "that's what she said" joke
Yeah, and I'm
at
just
all
like,
times.
oh god, I'm just like, I forgot I drew the mask this way. Why did I do that? Oh god.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Let's see. For Naga, fear factor, I'm going to give them a solid B. Not that I'm particularly afraid of snakes,
Mm-hmm.
but again, we're dealing with some a natural predator instinct
Mm-hmm.
that they may not be able to suppress.
Right.
Not that I have a problem with being eaten. It's just we're not done with the date yet.
Oh, good point. Good point.
And now I feel bad because my wallet's inside of you. You're going to have to pay for it. And I promised today was my turn, so that's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely something about the mythos dealing with snakes and how they've often been used in mythology
Yeah.
as enchanting, but at the same time having some sort of almost sinister quality.
Indeed. Mm-hmm.
So that the fear factor is there. Compatibility, I'm gonna give it a C. I agree with you in that it might not work, but on the other hand, as we talked about before, they would give really good hugs.
Yeah, good point. Yes.
A lot of coils to wrap around you, keep you nice and close.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what their configuration was.
Mm-hmm.
But again, their instincts might turn in and they might crush your bones.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. And yes, as far as hitting a pocket, yeah, that could be a difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you know anything about snake anatomy, they're used to more than a bunny's got.
Yeah.
Because something else about them is forked, and it's not just their tongues. So, and I don't like to disappoint people,
That's why they created tools to assist a bun and
This
spreading happiness.
This is the corkscrew problem all over.
The corkscrew problem.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
So there is that. As far as appeal goes, I'll give them a solid B. One, because again, they are enchanting. They, in that predator notion actually does in fact, kind of turn me on a little bit, being who I am.
Indeed.
And also, when I first got on Twitter, one of the first VTubers, new independent VTubers that I came across, has the snake persona, and she was ungodly appealing. She still is.
Yeah.
And also, she's full-on compatible because the way her setup is worked.
Ooh.
So she is raising all of them up.
Yes.
The thickest thighs. Anyway, we won't go into that, but anyway. She's more the tail type, where she has a regular body but a tail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's I'm not going to go out of school there. All right. Okay, so we're moving along at a good clip.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so this is going to be a fun one. All right. And again, this is one where I might get a little flack. It's like, this doesn't qualify as a monster girl. This other much more classical monster girl is, you should have done this instead. But this is my list, so, shut up.
Yeah.
A clown girl. Specifically a killer clown, sort of the type of clown like a Pennywise kind of clown.
Okay, I was about to be like a clown.
Like a phantom, a jester, trickster type. That, see, one of my favorite theories about clowns in general, and one thing that I always loved, was the idea that the face that you put on is a different spirit's soul. So it's like a possession you wear and then invite into yourself, and your personality dies for the length of time that you are the clown, and the new personality takes over.
Okay, I can definitely see that.
So, killer clown girl. And yes, if you want to go Harley Quinn, you can absolutely go Harley Quinn. God knows I would. So, fear factor. Are you scared of clowns?
I'm not, though. Like, that's kind of the thing. I'm not really scared of clowns at all. Like, I can't.
Well, cool.
I'm not sure why they're scary. you know?
Well, no, everybody has different reactions to it, so I'll put you down for a D.
Mm-hmm. This poor zombie girl, if she put on the wrong size shirt, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
It is like a spider or something, but what it projects is actually the clown. And in that case, again, we're talking about a trickster individual, something who can project a face or a feature that looks human but is somehow or another not. Something that is uncanny.
Mm-hmm.
Something that tricks you into thinking that and seduces you so that then it can do whatever it was. I mean, maybe it opens up its 15 maws and, you know, gobbles you up, and maybe it's a spider, and, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a hot emo girl. Who knows?
Yeah, or maybe it's just a sad lady in her 40s who just couldn't figure out what else to do with her degree.
You know what? I've seen some of those on Twitter, and again, not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Compatibility.
Compatibility, honestly, they seem like humans to me, so I think it's gonna be like an A.
Right. So, okay. So they're humans.
Mm-hmm.
They have good compatibility, and you're going to say that they have extra compatibility because of the magical thing, or?
Exactly. They're just more compatible now.
Gotcha. All right. And appeal factor.
I mean, from what I've seen, there's a lot of people into clowns, so I'm gonna say B.
There are? B. Okay.
This poor zombie woman, I don't know what's going on.
You got another dab. I feel like some part of her needs to have fallen off or something.
Oh, what could have fallen off though?
Maybe her hand.
Oh yeah, there you go. She can't find it.
Come on, give the girl a hand. All right, clowns, fear factor. I'm actually going to give them a B for this. Because when I was younger, I had quite a fear of them. And as of course, you know, you might have noticed, anything that I'm afraid of, sooner or later I get a kink for. But yeah, no, the uncanny nature of them, and the idea that they weren't actually alive, that they were in fact a possession of something.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Fluffy Cows, for the follow. Welcome to the organization. I'm Semi, and just remember, though, we're a mafia. We do not commit crime because we don't get caught. How you doing? Okay, continue.
So we're going back to the fear factor. And also there's the chaotic nature. There's the, you know, maybe we're about to have a romantic kiss, and maybe they're about to, you know, rip off my nose and say I got your nose kind of thing. Yeah. So you can't really, you know, be 100% when you're in that situation. So I'm going to give them a B there. Compatibility, I'm going to give them a B. Because I think they have human compatibility plus extra. Yeah. Because they are often tricksters and shapeshifters, and, you know, if they don't have what it is that you need, they can use a balloon animal and make it. I'm sorry, that's just for me. Okay. And appeal factor. Can you guess where my appeal factor is for clown girls?
Yes.
Where do you think it is?
It is, I think for you, it would be the, I think would be A. Oh wait, no, B. It would be B.
I actually put down an A. I am, in fact, I love the mythos of clown. It's why I studied it. You know, anything that scares me or is something that intrigues me. So that's why I studied the mythos and sort of the ideas. That's why I love trickster deities and so on. And obviously, I wouldn't put clown girls on the monster girl list if I didn't love them. So you know what? That's throw me a bone. So.
Sorry, I'm like just dying from this poor zombie woman.
she's saying call me, and she's looking in your direction, but neither eye is.
Exactly. She's like, call me, and I'm like, but all I hear is
Okay, so another one that might be somewhat controversial, but again, in original mythology, they were actually extremely dangerous and were not known to be, you know, sweet and kind and giving and sing lovely songs about wanting to be part of your world.
Oh no.
Instead, they dragged you down to their world so that they could devour you. And we are talking about mermaids.
Mermaids!
Mermaids, fish people, sirens. These are basically individuals that, dragged sailors down to their deaths, devoured them. I'm going to tell you a pet peeve I always have whenever there's a mermaid in like a cartoon or something like that. They always talk about those horrible fish eaters. Why would you even be interested in them? And it's like, are you familiar with the ocean?
Everything's a fish eater.
Everything here eats other fishes. We're all there's no way Ariel wouldn't be chomping on flounder. And Sebastian's got a life expectancy of like 3 seconds at best.
In fact, him going along with that weird French guy like saved him. He was supposed to be in the royal coronation feast.
Absolutely. So, mermaid, fear factor.
Fear factor, honestly hit or miss, just because I have seen them look extra fishy, So like, when they're extra fishy, they can be quite terrifying, but when they're basically just ladies with fins, like, not so much, But like, I think they're like, but when they do look